Alright guys, hello, welcome back to Broken Sword and the Shadow of the Templars, the OG edition. I wasn't expecting this game to take 30 parts, but we're on 30 parts now. It's going to be over 30 parts. I'm hoping it can be less than 30, albeit 35. But I need to do this next part in one video. So I'm not going to mess about with doing... I'm not going to do anything with this bit being long-winded. I want to get this game done tonight. Can you go to the... Pardon me, can you go to the site, please? It's not hard.
There was a dumpster full of debris. From the excavation, I guessed.
Hey, you! Get away from that dumpster!
The archway was topped by a fancy balustrade. Oh, darn. I'd left my grappling hook at home. No way could I get up there. The painter had a pot of gunmetal gray primer hanging from the barrier.
Hey, monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Puh!
I couldn't climb over. The gate was surrounded by some pretty fancy ironwork. The doorway was full of assorted old tea chests, cardboard boxes, and so on, all empty and all uninteresting. The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost its door. There was nothing interesting in there. A dumpster with some debris in it. Yep, that was definitely debris. I couldn't see any use for a collection of dirt and half bricks. A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here, even with the door open to the chill of fall. I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial. I didn't think that the guard would just let me waltz past. Besides, I had a hunch that door was locked. There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer. There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
That door is locked, monsieur.
There was a telephone on the far wall. Hi? Excuse me?
Oui?
It sure is hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
I was gonna have to get rid of this thing. It was dead. I thought better of showing him the chalice. He might be on the conspiracy's payroll, and I didn't want to risk it.
Oui? You have...
A sudden urge to sing. Care to join me?
No, no singing in here.
So, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm guarding. You expect to find me sharing shit?
Take it easy. I just didn't realize you were a guard. I'd like to know what you're guarding, please.
That's a secret.
It wouldn't happen to be an archaeological site, would it?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Then why ask?
I had a feeling this was no normal hole in the ground. What do you know about the Knights Templar? There was a long pause during which the guard said nothing. Then he said,
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Is this a test?
What, like a history pop test?
No, like a test.
Okay, yes, it's a test.
Then I know absolutely nothing about the Templars.
The guard was being amazingly evasive. It was going to take more than goodwill to get past him. trying to get into a locked washroom. I had the strongest feeling of déjà vu. I'd like to use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Oh, that's no problem. You can have the key.
Thanks. Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
On the keyring was a big old key that looked like it might fit the excavation door.
Hey, monsieur, don't go with my keys.
Oh, this part of the game is probably the funniest part. I don't know why they left it this late.
There was a big old boiler used for heating the building. The thing felt really hot. Big demands seemed to be being made on it. A huge pile of coal lay in the corner to fuel the boiler. Real high-tech stuff. I didn't want any coal. The shovel used to feed the furnace was stuck into the pile of coal. Capacious as my pockets were, I didn't figure I could cram a shovel in them. I didn't need to get near to tell the toilet needed cleaning. Being in a charming comfort station like this made me think fondly of the toilet in Syria. That place was kept in pretty good order. At least, it had been until I vandalized it. Still, it was all for a good cause. A bin stood in the corner. It didn't look like it had been emptied for a while. I wasn't that interested in what might go into a restroom's garbage to investigate. There was a ventilation grill up in the wall. I could have climbed onto the sink, prized the ventilator cover loose, wedged myself into the tiny hole, smashed the far cover out, and plunged headfirst into the next room. Or I could just go through the door like a sane person. I could have climbed onto the sink, prized the ventilator cover loose, wedged myself into the tiny hole, smashed the far cover out, and plunged headfirst into the next room. Or I could just go through the door like a sane person. I didn't want to use that unless I really had to. Oh boy! Dirty soap! How do they do that? The cold tap's washer looked to have failed. It was just dribbling down the sink.
Can I talk to Nico about the soap? I don't know if I can, but I'm generally curious.
Hi again.
What is it?
What was I supposed to say? Hey, look what I stole. Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Right,
Talk to you later.
Au revoir.
let's go and see if I can talk to Nico about this soap. Because if I can, that would be freaking hilarious. Oh, I can't leave. Oh, I can't leave. Fuck.
I turned the heating off. Hi again.
What is it?
I need to use the toilet again.
Again? Already?
I have this problem. How technical do you want me to get?
Never mind. Here's the key.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir.
I figured this was better done out of the guard's sight. I made an impression of the big key and the cake of soap. I carefully sprinkled the plaster into the soap mold I'd made of the key. I had filled the key's imprint in the soap with dry plaster.
In fact, I don't think I'm going to get this done tonight. I just don't think I will. But tomorrow morning I will.
Well, it had taken a while, but I had made myself a completely unconvincing plaster key. Way too fragile to use in a lock. I'd have to substitute it for the real one. Trouble was, it looked like plaster and not metal. Then again, that plaster statue in Syria hadn't looked like stone until I'd been a bit artful with it. Maybe I could improve the key as well. Maybe... no. Trouble was, it was hard to believe it was the same chalice. Now the light gleamed off its perfect surface. The cold tap's washer looked to have failed. It was just dribbling down the sink. No. Trouble was... Hi again.
What is it?
Hey, smart. Why don't I just tell him that I'm trying to break into the excavation? Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Talk to you.
Au revoir.
Hey, monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Okay.
I should think so.
Excuse me, could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions. You're doing a fine job.
Merci. I have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a Gauloise smoked so stylishly.
It's a natural talent.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm being indifferent.
You're very good at that as well.
Merci. Vive l'indifférence.
So, what are you doing here?
I am having my break.
Yeah, I mean when you finish your break.
When I finish my break, an interesting concept, monsieur.
You'll probably need to think about it.
I could have another cigarette while I consider. Perhaps tomorrow too?
Okay, let me put things differently. What were you hired to do here?
I was hired to keep the archaeological dig in the basement of this building clear of debris, and to touch up damage to the door frames with my little pot of paint. It's a very responsible job. Unfortunately, I'm not a very responsible person.
What does the word Templar suggest to you?
Templar?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I made this key out of plaster.
How thrilling! How clever! How pointless.
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Right, I have to get this done in the next few minutes because I'm starting to feel quite a degree of pain at the moment. Not going to try and get this done tonight.
Do you mind if I use the phone?
Be my guest. I'm paid to guard this door. The phone can look after itself.
Kular.
Hi, Nico. It's me. I'm at the excavation site.
Hi, George. What's happening?
I'm at the excavation, but they won't let me in.
Damn. We need to know what's in there.
Don't worry. I've got a scheme. I'm going to need your help, though.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
I want you to keep somebody on the phone for a while.
Who?
A painter. I need to get at his pot.
Oh, okay.
Stay on the line. I'll go and get him. Nico was still waiting on the phone. I knew she'd lose her patience if I didn't get the painter soon. Hi, it's me again.
What now?
You've got a phone call.
For me? Are you certain?
It's a woman. She sounded hot.
What woman? You must be mistaken, monsieur.
Well, she asked for that hunk of a man with the nicotine fingers and his ass hanging out of his pants.
Certainly sounds like me. Stand back. It wouldn't do to keep the lady from her hunk.
The plaster key had soaked up the paint nicely, and now looked pretty convincing. Still felt like plaster, though.
Well, monsieur, what a strange woman. She was all over me, and then suddenly, nothing but abuse.
Really?
Why, abuse? Ah well, I have a cigarette to finish. And monsieur, if she calls again, I am not available.
Hi again.
What is it?
I need to use the toilet again.
Again? Already?
I have this problem. How? Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I figured this was better done out of the guard's sight. Quickly and without fuss, I swapped the fake key for the real thing.
What is it?
I held my breath and hoped that he wouldn't notice the substitution. Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Hi, Nico. It's me again.
I'd guessed. What do you want this time?
What did you say to the painter?
I shan't repeat it, George.
Look, I need to get the guard out of the way. Could you call back and ask him to get the painter again?
Okay, I'll call back soon.
This looked like a good place to watch things develop.
Hey, you! It's the phone.
Yeah? Who is it?
How should I know? What am I, your social secretary?
It's not a chick, is it?
Yes, it's a woman. Are you going to answer it?
Does she have a warm, sensual voice like molten chocolate?
Yes, she has a really sexy voice. Now get a move on.
I'm not talking to her.
I can see that. You're wasting time talking to me.
No, you don't understand. I refuse to talk to her.
You refuse. You refuse. I'm wasting valuable time.
Don't make me laugh. Your time valuable? You just stand around all day.
I have a highly responsible job. Pah, don't pah me, you elephantine oaf. My job is important.
Impossible. They would have hired somebody competent in that case.
Meaning what?
Instead of which they hired a dismal rent-a-cop like you. All epaulettes and no brains.
Why, you... This looked set to carry on for some time. It was too good an opportunity to miss. I wasn't leaving until I'd found out what the Templars had hidden here.
Salut, George.
How did you know it was going to be me?
Who else was it going to be? Is the coast clear?
Yeah, the guard and the painter are outside having a major argument.
So, what is so secret about the excavation?
Well, I haven't actually...
George, how long do you think the guard is going to be distracted? Get in there and find out what the Templars did.
Okay.
Can I call her again?
I figured I'd best not bother Nico again until I'd got a good reason.
I think that's a good idea, George.
It was the key to the excavation. Some planks used to make the catwalk were leaning against the wall. I couldn't see anything useful to do with the planks. Oh, great. More dead people. Although the gendarmes weren't likely to pull in any suspects unless they had a time machine. This guy must have been here for centuries. No, thanks. I think I'm carrying enough junk. Now there's a familiar face. In the middle of the floor was a weird mosaic, all swirling and distorted. Close up, the pattern didn't make any sort of sense. It fanned out around an axis point, a kind of focus to one side.
Interesting.
There was no doubt about it. It was the same sort of idol I'd seen in Syria, Baphomet. The Templars had certainly been through here. It was hard to believe it was the same chalice.
You used the chalice on this for him. Not very obvious, but there you go.
And there it was, decoded by the curves of the chalice, the image of a church. I found out what the chalice was for.
You've solved the puzzle?
Yeah, there was a distorted picture at the Baphomet site. When I viewed it in the polished surface of the chalice, it changed.
What did it show?
A picture of a church with a square tower. Hey, Nico, shake hands with me.
No chance, Buster.
Did I show you this tissue?
Yes, George. I asked you to get rid of it.
Would you like to look after the chalice?
Oh, no. I wouldn't feel comfortable with a sacred relic in the house.
Let's take another...
Oh, I just pulled my foot back towards me. It's resting on my knee. And my foot just clicked.
That's the face of the statue I saw at the bull's head. That's the lens I found on Klausner's body in the bull's head. That's the tripod we borrowed from the museum. That's the gem that Pegram found in Lochmarn. That's the clue that led me to the statue of Baphomet and the reflection in the chalice. That's the clue that led me to Spain. That's the clue that led me to the bull's head in Syria.
Alright. That is where we're going to leave it. we are out of time.
I guess I'd better return the chalice to the Countess.
Hurry back, George.
And that is where we're going to leave it, guys. We are out of time. I'm going to thank you all for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you guys for watching the video. You've reached the end. So thank you again. This has been recorded and edited by myself. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you want to see more, please hit the subscribe button. And hit the bell to get notified of when I upload. If you want to see me do live streams, head over to my Twitch. Link is in the description. Thank you once again, guys. I'll see you in the next one.